Hello, everyone. Can y'all hear me okay? Because I am using a different headset for this today. Good morning, Kathy. How are you? Let me get this to where I can see the chat on my phone. Turn down the volume because I do not have my other tablet with me right now. Hi, Margie. That's good because I'm using my Bluetooth headset instead of the one that I normally do. It started every time I was making videos, there would be a hum in the background with it. So I've either got to get a new one of those or just use this. Good morning, Miss Bell. How are you? Creative Jen, good morning. How glad you can make it. Yeah, how did everyone's 4th of July go? Ours went okay. It was a long night though, it seemed like. We went over to Josh's mom's house. We had probably about 20 people there. But two of our kids weren't able to make it. It did rain here a little bit. It wasn't a real downpour or anything, so we were still able to cook the burgers and hot dogs outside. Hi, Fernando. How are you? And it worked out though, but we had about 20 people over there, which was a lot. And the little Josh's mom's house isn't all that big, so it's a little bit crowded, but that's okay. Morning, Tita. How are you? I didn't see you come in. Um, you know what? I've got this on my phone. Jess isn't in here, is she? Morning, Granny. How are you? Everybody's showing up now. Today I am working on Firefly Fireworks by Randall Spangler. This is what I'm doing for the Spangler event. I could probably zoom you in a little bit on what I'm working on. The part, anyway, let's see. Not much. You just got. Oops, that paused. Why did that pause? Am I going to be a little bit behind on my video? Oh, you just finished watching Tita? Yeah, I am so behind on watching my videos. It's unbelievable. Hi, Susan and Beth. So glad to see you. Grams, I'm so happy that you're here. But yeah, we went over there last night. The kids had an absolute ball outside while they were doing fireworks and stuff until Axel was doing all good and everything last night, absolutely enjoying it, and he had a parachute that came from one of the fireworks, and he was playing with it and he accidentally broke it, and that was all there was to his night. He was absolutely upset. but he gets fixed on one item sometimes, and that happens with him. But he didn't have a meltdown. He just wasn't happy at all about it. There's times that I do that too, Tita, because here lately I have not been able to sleep very well most nights. And then, like last night, I slept really well, but I hadn't slept the 2 nights before that. But yeah, he was okay. He just sometimes he fixates on something like that. I told him that I would try to find an old tarp that maybe had some holes in it or something that we could cut up, and we would try to make him a fire, uh, not a fire shoot, a parachute. And he was okay with that. So next week I'm going to be looking for an old tattered tarp, or maybe I'll go to the Dollar Tree if they still have them there and grab one. I bet that that's pretty. That's a Diamond Dots one, isn't it? I think I have that one. I just haven't completed it yet. This one seems to have so much color blocking. I don't think it's going to take me long to get it done. I bet that that's going to be so cute, Miss Bill. Our Dollar Tree is hit and miss. There's one that I go to in Elma that's pretty good, and one in Van Buren that's good. But the one in Clarksville is okay, and then the one that we have here in Ozark is like a Dollar Tree Family Dollar mixed. They rarely have stuff put out whenever it's supposed to be. Indeed, I can see that. I can definitely see that. I've seen that one, Elizabeth. That's beautiful. Thank you for stopping in. I hadn't seen you before. Now, let's see. I'm gonna try something. No, that's not gonna work. Hold on. I was trying to figure out, since I've got y'all on my phone on YouTube, how to make moderators on here. I'll have to go back through and do it again. For some reason, I have completely forgotten how to do it. And I've noticed on this, though, how everybody else on the other ones that I've been going into, they have that crown and stuff. Since I'm using StreamYard, I don't think that that's showing up in this one. You're working on 2 squares? I've gotten to where I really enjoy working on squares, and I think that has been my problem with some of the rounds that I've been doing. This one's okay, but I think I've gotten to where I really enjoy doing squares more than rounds. Which one is that, Margie? Like I said, I'm really behind on videos. I'm sure you sent it in to Granny and I've just missed it. I want that one so bad, but I've been good. I haven't bought it. I with Spanglers, I want almost every one that comes out, but I have so many of them. I have decided after the event, the mystery one that we're doing that Julie's hosting, I'm going to start every time I finish a Spangler, I'm going to start another Spangler to get through my stash of them. That one is so pretty, Kathy. I've seen y'all do it. I haven't got it. I haven't been able to find it in my. I think that's the one that was at Walmart or Hobby Lobby. I can't remember which, but I haven't been able to find that one. Um, I can multi-place on rounds if I don't throw this around. I can multi-place on rounds with my two placer. Okay, I missed a conversation here. I got a little lost. Yeah, I'm so trying to stay away from the websites and it's just not working. I go on there and I see all these ones that I want to get. Okay, we can do that. I've got several of them. I was actually thinking about doing the one that Tita gave me. Um, I believe it's called Kitchen Helpers. I would have to look to make sure. It's the artist who did these paintings. This, see if I can get this in here. I've got it zoomed in, so let me zoom it back out. This is the this is the one that I'm working on. It's called Firefly Fireworks, and it is by Randall Spangler. This is quite a big one, but he has so many different paintings and his little draglings. I love the castles. Yes, I am using my moonlight. Um, I'm going to try to set this up a little bit different next time as far as the way that the camera is, because this is the way that I should really be using this. Turn that to where you can see, and it looks straight down on my canvas, but if I turn it sideways, sometimes you can see the light in it. I haven't seen the Spangler coloring books. I will have to look into that. But yes, I absolutely love this light. And something I forgot to show in my little video on it, I forgot to hit, trying to see if y'all can see this, show y'all what one of the buttons did. And what it does is it changes the type of light that's on there, which is, I love this. And get it back to the one I had it on. Which one did I have it on? If I would have known about this light before, actually, that's a good, something that you've actually, now I'm getting all tongue-tied. Kathy, that's something. And it's funny you mentioned that, because the other day or yesterday, I was in the living room working on Woodland Panorama. And I had moved this in there to work on it. And I was sitting there, I turned on my light and everything. And I was sitting there working on it and finished the square that I was working on, and then looked up and realized that I did not even have my light pad on. In fact, I don't have a light pad underneath this one right now. So it works great even without the light pad. It makes a huge difference. And I love the fact that it has the phone holder on it too, because that means anywhere that I diamond paint, I can record my videos, record what I'm doing. And as long as I have my laptop with me so that I can connect my recording phone to that, I can zoom in and out. But yes, it has made a huge difference. This is the 29-inch one. I do want to get the 23-inch one, I think it is, so that I can take that with me places easier. Yes, that is going to be one of the next things that I try out. I'm going to try. And I found it the other day, and I was like, why did I never finish this one? But I still have like 4 squares left on that pink horse. And I'm going to try it out soon. But I'm going to get it done soon. I've got these 3. I've actually got 4 big canvases going right now. Actually, whenever I was putting the link in to my description on my last video, for the half moonlight, it was showing that it was like $5 less than what I paid for it on there right now. So it was on a lightning deal or something. So it is going on sale now. It may still be on sale on Prime Day. I don't know. No, you can't bring it down closer to the canvas. But I have what is called an app called iRoom Webcam, where I can zoom in. It makes it to where a phone is like a webcam that can zoom. I love that. That's in the 35-inch range. With this, I don't think, with the top of legs and stuff are on this, if you set it on your painting, I don't think that it is going to mess up the painting at all. Unless, of course, you drag it across there. But Yeah, I think the smaller ones will work fine even with the bigger ones. I believe it's the 8th, 8th through the 11th or something like that. Just Yeah, it's the 8th through the 11th. I was looking at my box over there. But there is so many things that I want, and I'm trying to save up some money right now. So to be honest, I'm not doing very good at it. Because if I would have known about this light earlier, I would have had this years ago. I love this light. I think that this would is even better than some of the light pads that you can get. Let's see. Let's do the blue arrows. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff on sale that I was seeing. My coffee got cold. I've got to go and heat it up. I need to get me another coffee warmer that I can keep in here because I don't like moving my coffee warmer from place to place. But I'm not having much luck with buying them because I bought one from Walmart.com and whenever it came in, it wouldn't even turn on or anything. So I bought that one and it didn't work out. I bought another one and it was just one that plugged into USB and it didn't work very well. So, hi Jess, how are you? Trying to, no, I don't even, I absolutely love this light. This light has made such a difference with the phone holder up here. Absolutely love it. And I can even take this to like a park or something, even if I don't need the light. It works very well as a phone holder to record my videos. But yeah, the kids were all happy last night. Christy brought over some of her friends and stuff that so we got to meet some new people over there this time. Josh barbecued all the burgers and stuff. He does a really good job at that every year. We actually bought 2 boxes of the 32 packs of hamburgers. And um since Lexi and her family didn't weren't able to come and Andrew wasn't able to come down, he had to work. Um we had like one full box of hamburgers left. So sometime next week we'll be having hamburgers. Plus that'll give Joshua something to cook on the weekends whenever me and Josh are working. I know that probably gets confusing me saying Joshua and Josh. Joshua is my son. Josh is my husband. So, okay. Making sure I'm putting these down on the right one. Um, and I was working in the living room. I'm working on Woodland Panorama, which I may do a little video on it, one of my morning chats on it next week. But I'm about I'm right at the halfway mark on Woodland Panorama. And I still need to unbox my Polar one and my Firebird Panorama. And I keep waiting for it to be sunnier and stuff outside because they're such long paintings. I want to be able to show y'all the whole thing. So I'm going to have to do it on my table outside. Hi, Jen. How are you doing? Welcome. So glad that you stopped by. But it has been yesterday between going and getting Josh from work the night before, or last night, not last night, but the night before, I did not get hardly any sleep at all. So I finally got up because I couldn't sleep, and I went in the living room and I worked on some diamond paintings. And oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Jen. I hope you get to feeling better soon. But anyway, I had not gotten any sleep. I had to take Joshua to work at 10. He had to be there at 10, so we left the house about 9. I took him up there and I went to one of the parks that I normally go to. It was slam packed. So, I knew that the one in Van Buren that I go to sometimes would probably be really full anyway because I think that they were having their fireworks that night. So I think they might have had something going on. No, my youngest son does not drive. He has not gotten his permit yet. And he's well old enough. He's almost 22. So, but I keep pushing him to get it. So I went up, didn't even try to go to that park. I just decided I'm going to come back home. Came home and went ahead and plugged in my car just to make sure that I would have enough to go back up there and get him and bring him back home. But I laid down. I finished editing a video. I think it was the morning coffee. And I finished editing that video. And I was just getting so tired. And I went and I said, I'm just going to lay down for a few minutes. And I went in there and I laid down. Next thing I know, I'm waking up at like 2:15. He was supposed to get off work at 2. And I'm like, well, I'm going to grab something to eat before I go up there. And I was halfway up there whenever he called saying that he was off work. So this time, instead of me waiting in the parking lot on him, he had to wait on me. I got this book at Walmart. It says 2,000 questions about me. And I thought about answering some of these on here just as something fun to do. I'll write my answers in later. It did. I go like 3 or 4 days without getting really good sleep, and then I will just crash. That happened last night, even though I got that little nap in. Last night, I laid down and I bet I was out in 5 minutes, and I didn't wake up till like 6 o'clock this morning. But which it does not help that I probably throw things off because on my job I work nighttime. I go in at noon and get off at anywhere between 11:30 and 12 at night anyway. So, and then during the week, I'm always up by 7 most of the time, if not earlier. So, I probably don't do it any good by switching up my schedule all the time. Okay, we'll start out with some of these. I probably will not answer all of them, or definitely won't answer all of them in this video. But um, one of them says, "What is your idea of perfect happiness?" I think that my idea of perfect happiness is just like whenever I'm camping, getting that much needed relaxation and just the feeling of peace and stuff that you might get whenever you do stuff like that. I've been there. We've been there and did that. For the longest time, I worked on meat and produce up there, and in the same job function that I do now. And then he would work the same job function that I do now. He would work at night. Well, we had opposite shifts then. I would go in, I'd have to be there at like 2 a.m. And then whenever I was getting there, he was leaving. But we've switched that up, and I think I've been on this shift for about 3 years now, to where we both work the same shift. But yeah, I've been in the office for a long time. But anyway, on that question, I just think the perfect happiness is whenever you're just, I think it's like peacefulness. And that, just knowing that everything with your being so peaceful, like whenever you're camping, would be absolutely wonderful. Believe it or not, this is not the first time that we've worked together. Um, Whenever I was an assistant manager at Sonic years ago, he took a second job at that same Sonic, and I was actually his boss. They did, the regular manager didn't work us together all the time, but it was like one night a week that I would basically be his boss. But we we tend to be able to get along really well while we're at work, no issues. And I think a big part of that is he works a second job during the week, and we're not together 24 hours a day, every day, even though we work together. So it's not, to me, it's not that big of a deal. We actually work together really well. Now, if we were together 24 hours a day, all the time, I don't think that that would be something that we could do. I really don't. I think everybody probably needs a break. Well, we actually, I went to school with him, and we completely ran in opposite groups of people. And he had been dating this girl for a long, long time. They had been dating ever since I knew who he was and everything. And at the time, I was a car hop. I think I was a car hop at Sonic. I don't know if I'd moved up to management at that point yet. I don't think that I had. But I went out and I took out his order. And he actually asked me out whenever I took out his order. And I turned him down because I thought that he was still dating that other girl. And he was like, no, we broke up. And I was like, so I went ahead and went out with him. And we dated for quite a while. And we dated for quite a while. And then I don't remember what it was, but we broke up for not too long at all. And then got back together. So we've been together for over 20 years now. Actually, it's been over 30. Ooh, what retreat are you going to, Julie? I would love to go on a diamond painting retreat. In a way, I would actually really love to go on something like that and take the train to get there. You've known your husband for 50 years? Well, I'm not quite 50 years old yet. Um, I still got a couple years. You're going to one of the retreats in March too? I'm really gonna have to save up some money and try to get in on one of these retreats. Oh, it's in Oregon. Yes, I imagine that y'all will have tons of fun with that. West Coast Bling Blah. I told y'all I cannot talk today. Bling Bash. It's only an hour from you. I don't think I've ever heard of there being a retreat anywhere in Arkansas or even Oklahoma, but maybe one day. Yeah, whenever we were camping, I was thinking that Wednesday that I was going to go and try to ride the train up there, and I can't believe that train was completely sold out, even in the less expensive cars. I was like, so I'm definitely gonna have to save up some money. I'm not getting much diamond painting done. I did finish. No, I didn't. I've got 4 or 5 little spots left. I'm gonna finish that real quick. How long have we been on here? I can't even see. We've been on here for 38 minutes. We're not doing too bad today. Um, let's see. Let me get the V's out. There it is. This is such a lot of color blocking, especially the first half of this. I'm glad that I have other paintings to work on too. Otherwise, I don't know if I could stay with this painting the whole time just because of this top part of it is pretty much the same colors. Almost missed one. And now we need our 3, which is $7.97. Ooh, that sounds That sounds like it would be fun. I'll have to look into that. I think, is that the one that Mindy and them were going to? This last time, I know that Mindy was talking about going to a retreat and stuff. I really miss not being able to listen to all the lives on the weekends now while I'm at work. Um, I really miss that. But I understand why they did it. I'm not complaining at all about that. It's just I cannot wait on this painting until I get down into this area right here to give it some different coloring and stuff, because the whole top half of this is those blues and stuff. So I can't wait to get to that part of it. I will definitely have to look into a retreat. I think that that would be so much fun. Okay, I'm going to work on this one. Hey, we got a little bit of other colors in this one. We got a J right here, which is a darker blue. You know, she is really quiet. Oh, Beth, I was going to ask you something. The email address that you sent something to me before, I think I still have it. Is that a good email to be able to get a hold of you? I'm waiting until I can schedule for my massage at the spa. Their calendar doesn't quite go out to 3/26 whenever I called in April. Okay, I'll try to email that one. It may not be today, it might be tomorrow, but I'll email that one. If you don't hear from me, can you email me so that I'll have it? I'm trying to do a special project. Okay, it should be the right one then. Yes, I did get your email, Margie. Thank you so much. I just haven't had a chance to respond to them yet. But yeah, what was I saying? I know I was fixing to tell y'all something, and I completely forgot what it was. That's me though. I start talk I can get distracted. Okay, that'll work. It would probably be easier for me to reply to it. But yeah, I've been watching way too many train videos lately, so I really want to do something like that. I think that it would be so much fun. Let somebody else do the driving. No, you didn't, Margie. It was good, but I just wanted to. I watch all these train videos, and it's like that is definitely on my bucket list. And I really wish I would have known. You know, I knew about it, but it just didn't dawn on me about the passenger trains and stuff. There was some places that I thought about going before and never even thought of that as a way to get there. If I wanted to go by myself or something, it just never dawned on me until here recently. But I'm gonna do it at some point. Okay. Like the fact that this is just a little bit different color of blue. I've been working mainly with this blue that's over here, this lighter blue, and then the even lighter one, and the purple for the most part. Um, so I know Jess and Margie, are you doing the Spangler event right now? I know Jess is. Did you, Julie, are you doing the Spangler too? Nope. Yeah, I would love to do the Harry Potter, do a Harry Potter one, but I don't have any Harry Potter canvases. The only one that I have that would work would be that owl, and I just don't think that I can start that big canvas right now. At least not until I finish one of these. Are you? Which one are you working on? Is it the new one? I cannot wait to see that one, how it's going to look whenever some of y'all get it completed. Oh, okay. He is one of my favorite artists, so I probably have way more than I need of his. It's like Hannah Lynn and Jasmine Beckett Griffith. Those are all some of my favorites. And I'm hoping I still need to make a note and look up and see if on the Woodland Panorama and Firebird Panorama and all of those, if there is another painting that goes with that series. Ah, that's okay. I will have plenty to do that one too. I may not, I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I want to buy that new one, but I think it's sold out now anyway, so that's okay. I can deal with that. Maybe it'll restock. Let's see, ones. We get to do some ABs. My love-hate relationship with AB drills. Actually, with this pen, with this clear wax and it being the twist and pick pen, I don't actually have any issues with these drills anymore. At least the round ones. The squares, I like using my vacuum pen on those better. Yeah, they have a Spangler event. What is it, 2 or 3 times a year? I think somebody said it was 3 times. I really like the clear wax. And I do like the putty too. The putty works really well in the winter time. In the summertime, especially out here in my room, it gets way too hot and gets stringy. And I'm constantly trying to pick it off of my canvas. So Until winter gets here, I probably won't be using much of my putty. But let's see. I don't know. I probably need to get something to put over these windows in here during the winter so it doesn't get so cold. Why did I take out the 3? I don't have a single 3 on that square. Need the 2. Okay. So there is 3 of them. Yeah, I haven't been able to get all of the spanglers, but I especially want to get, eventually, I want to get all of the castle ones. And then I think the Moonlight Bath one would go really well with all the castle ones too, because that looks like it's probably one of the inside rooms in the castles. But I just love castles anyway. They're just so, I don't know what it is. I just like the castles and stuff. And the draglings. But is there a library house one? I don't think I've ever even seen that picture. He has so many good paintings. And like I have Afternoon Tea, which I think I showed on here one day from Randall Spangler. Whenever I first started diamond painting, I got that off of Amazon, and but it wasn't through Diamond Art Club. I didn't know anything about the premium companies really at that time and licensed artwork and all that. But I had done that one. Then I don't remember what happened. I can't remember if I had it on a picture frame and it fell off the wall or what happened, but it got ruined. And by the time that I got it again, I learned about who the artist was and fell in love with all of his paintings. Just absolutely love them. Oh, well, I'm with you, Julie. I hope it gets turned into one, but now I'm going to have to go and look up that picture to see what it is. I like his dog and cat ones too. I don't have the bookshelf ones. And I don't have, I think he has one with all the dogs in a Christmas tree. I think it's dogs. It might be cats, but I think it's dogs that are in the shape of a Christmas tree. I really like that one too. And I'm hoping that they release that one again around Christmas because I will definitely be trying to get that one. Okay, K9 Christmas. Yep. But I will definitely be trying to get that one. And it's not like I need any more Christmas paintings, but that's okay. I have one up on my wall in here, my Ann Stokes ones that I did with the, what is it called? Something helpers, little helpers. That stays up on my wall year round. Even though it's a Christmas one, it stays up on the wall in here year round. But this has got a lot of twos in it. We are going to multi-place these a little bit. Some people might say this isn't too much of multi-placing whenever it's only a two-placer, but that's okay. It's one of my favorite multiplacers. Okay, let's see. What is our time at? We're at 55 minutes. Seems like that last 20 minutes just went by really, really quick. Okay, let's see if we can find one more question in here and I will answer it. There's some of these that are kind of personal. Okay, which words or phrases do you most overuse? I think one of them is I'm always telling my kids that coffee is my favorite meal. And they're like, no, that is not a meal. And then the other thing is if one of the kids says something that they don't like something, I'll tell them, if you don't like it, put a sticker on it. Have to have it. That's a good one, Margie. And whenever I tell them if you don't like it, put a sticker on it, I'm not necessarily saying cover it up. I'm trying to get the point to if you don't like it, change it into something that you do like. And it's just have I know I've told this before on here. Lexi, you use your walking feet. I don't work in a daycare. I like that one, Creative Jen. I really like that one. I laugh about it every time I think about it. Lexi came up to me one time after I'd told her that, and she had just gotten off work. And she asked me, do you think I would get fired if I went and slapped a sticker on this person's forehead? And I was like, I could not stop laughing. And it's like I don't think that I would quite do that, especially if they know the reason behind the that saying. Julie, I love that, Julie. But anyway, she was like, "Do you think I would get fired?" And I was like, "There's a small possibility that you might get fired for that." But she had a coworker, and she had told me numerous times she could not stand working with this person at work. She said that she was a wonderful person outside of work. I think I think it's appropriate, but and she was talking about that one person. She said she's just not a good coworker. She's a good person with a good heart, but working with her was not something that she liked to do. I completely understand that, Jen. Um, the grandkids, whenever they come down here, it's for the longest time I tried to make exactly something that they would like to eat, so I'd ask for their opinion on what they wanted to eat. It finally got to the point that you're going to eat what I fix, and if you don't, one day will not hurt anything. You would run out of stickers. Maybe, Beth, as long as they didn't know what that meant. As long as they didn't know the meaning behind that. But I absolutely love that saying, and I don't think I made it up. I think I heard it somewhere, but if you ask me where I heard it from, I could not remember. But yeah, every time I think of that, I'm sitting here laughing now, and I've got tears in my eyes just thinking about it again, laughing. But I basically, whenever I tell people that, it's just change it into something that you do like. There's always small little changes that you can make to change it into something that's just for you. I know, Beth. I know that's not something you would do. But I know sometimes that it can get aggravating. I respect every teacher out there knowing that y'all have the patience to do that. Is duct tape a sticker? Maybe. I respect every teacher that has the patience to work with children every day, especially a classroom full of children. Oh, okay. We have actually went over our hour. You've got me laughing so hard. Anyway, I've got to go get ready for work. I understand that too, Julie. I've got to go get ready for work. Unfortunately, I do have to work today. Anyway, thank you everyone for stopping by. Have a wonderful weekend. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like on the way out. If you're new here, I think we had a few people that were new in here. Please subscribe. Anyway, everyone have a wonderful weekend. I will see y'all next week. Everyone take care. Bye. I'm trying to turn it off on the wrong phone. Hey, let me go over here.